Is it?
Yeah, I think so. Boo.
I'll try to sit tall.
Yeah, try and sit
Sit
tall.
pretty.
Sit tall and pretty, just like I like it.
Shut up.
So the big question is this. How are leaders like you that recognize people and technology are the backbone of the company they're building continue to make progress when they have no clear idea on how to develop individuals and utilize technology in a way that helps them remain profitable? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answers. This is Tom and Michaela, and welcome to the Heart and Hustle Podcast.
Welcome back.
You're ridiculous.
I try to be. I see we got the plan out.
You got the plan out.
Mm-hmm.
Shaking it up.
Shaking it up a little bit.
Making the backgrounds look a little different.
Yeah. You doing okay tonight?
Yeah, I'm good.
Sorry. Oh, sorry. Oh, I had to adjust my nuts. Yeah, these blue diamond bold sriracha nuts are really good. What kind we had tonight?
Salt and vinegar.
Salt and vinegar. They were good. So
Yeah,
with these here. So
good.
anyhow,
Alternative to chips.
they are. I had to give McKenna an intro there, so she's probably blushing at this moment.
I'm embarrassed. Come on.
Did you know I had those in my pocket?
No, I had no idea you had those in your pocket.
You went to the restroom before you came out here, and I kind of went and grabbed those out of the cupboard.
Yeah.
Figured I had to do something.
No, you didn't have to do anything.
There you go. I know I never do. So anyhow, welcome back for the second consecutive week of our podcast.
Welcome back to you as well.
So anyhow, we were, prior to coming out here, it's Sunday night. We should be like enjoying each other, enjoying a movie, doing something together, chilling. And what are we doing? Talking about working again. This dumbass work stuff again, like every day.
Always.
It's every day, bro.
It's every day, bro.
And so we're excited. I'm super excited. I don't know how we came to this. It was literally just a off the cuff thing. We had a discussion like one night, and I think it was last Wednesday evening, and the following day, like at 10:30, 11, kind of agreed upon it, and by 2:30 announced it.
Okay, but we've been talking about it for a couple years, but just couldn't quite make it over the hump of commitment.
We're committed.
We're committed now, but we weren't committed the last couple of years because we've been talking about it for a while.
Oh, about what we're talking about, not to each other.
What are you talking about?
Okay, yeah. So anyways, so back on point here. So last Wednesday, we, as an organization, we finally committed to kind of adopt this like 4-day work week thing.
Every other week.
Every other week for now. So not quite.
We'll see if we can make it work.
Not every week, every other week. So kind of, the first and third, second and fourth week, kind of allowing everybody to kind of have, just that extra day to kind of do their thing.
Yeah, like 4-day work week every other week. And I'm excited about it, but I'm also a little bit nervous.
I'm scared.
I'm scared about it.
I am, but I'm also excited. I'm like you. I'm super excited for everybody that can take advantage. I mean, everybody's going to take advantage of it. We have folks that don't want to take advantage of it. I mean, I kind of got some, we saw some folks on the conference call the other day, and they're like, the smiles just went from ear to ear.
Oh yeah,
and
they were so stoked about it.
And there were some of them like, oh no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go home and spend time with my spouse all day, So,
well, I don't know about that, but I think most people are excited about it.
I think so too.
And if we can make it work, it would be amazing.
Yeah. I think every company's different. I think every company has the ability to do this. I just don't know logistically if the management in every single company has the ability to adopt it, like to agree to it.
Well, it's scary.
It is.
I mean, how do you go traditionally for
and
how long, how many years, how many decades have we been an 8 to 5, 5-day per week workforce, and things are changing.
They are.
Things are changing. Like, people want different things. People have different priorities. There are different things that are motivating people. There are different ways to encourage people and engage people, and like, we're trying to figure out how to hack that.
Yeah.
And
for me, it's not necessarily, well, and I got to be very careful as I say this. I think in every organization, every company, there's a lot of, I don't know what the word is. You can call it chaos. You can call it fluff. You can call it gray. I think there's a lot of inefficiency. Maybe that's the corporate word.
Tons of inefficiency.
Let's use that word. There's a lot of inefficiency that goes on inside of every company. We see it when we consult with Heart and Hustle. We see it all the time. We see it inside of our own company. We see it inside of all the companies that we work with.
Oh, yeah.
We see it everywhere. So I think if a company gets, on average, 50 to 60% productivity out of an average 8 to 5 Monday through Friday employee, I think they're doing well. And what that means is, 50 to 60%, because that other 40%, there's water cooler talk. They're chatting with their friends. They're checking social media. They're doing a lot of things. And even that aside, even inside of their normal jobs, there may be mistakes, there may be inefficiencies there, where in our world, and I can talk freely about this because it's our world, but there's times where I, for example, will head 50 miles south and forget something.
Yeah, that's.
And it's because I'm so rushed.
Yeah.
and
So much on your mind.
I don't stop and think. There's something on my mind, and I'll get there and I'll think, oh crap, now I got to come back, and I have 50 miles back. And that's happened not only to me, but that's happened to almost every single one of our employees.
Every single person on our team.
And that happens
to.
a lot. And that's just because there's a lot of things on their mind. There's a lot of things going on. And what I'm trying to do is trying to get those inefficiencies and try to kind of hone people in to become almost as hyper efficient as they can when they're here.
Yeah.
And then essentially have the ability to just break away.
Yeah.
And be gone and kind of be able to plan for your day. And I've said this a million times. I may be completely wrong. It's just kind of how I work and how my brain thinks. But when I leave for the day from the office, I kind of think about what's in store for the next day. And oftentimes going into the office, I think about what's in store for today. I don't walk through the door, get a cup of coffee, do my thing, sit down at my desk and say, okay, now what should I do? It's very much of, I've already kind of thought through that process. And so what the goal is to have everybody try to take a step back and understand what they have going on that next day, and also understand as they're coming into the office, what is going on. And that way they can start to map out their day and become more efficient in their time.
Right.
And I think by doing that, and I think by just adopting those, I think there's going to be so much time left over for everybody. And I think that's their time. That's their time to use, is what they want to use. Mm-hmm. And kind of enjoy that time.
Right. Agreed.
So.
And there's this, just on the employee side, there's this whole, we've talked about it before, and we have our agreements and disagreements, but this whole work-life balance thing that just, what can we do to offer employees more of that quote unquote work-life balance? I know how you feel about it. Mm-hmm. You know how I feel about it, but
I think you and I feel
out there.
I think you and I feel the exact same way.
We do feel the exact same way, but not everybody agrees with us.
I think we're on the one percenters where,
For sure.
We agree that there is no such thing as work-life balance. There's just life.
Well, and COVID didn't help with this.
No.
I was reading an article the other day where prior to COVID, we worked to work. We worked to make a living, and now we work to make a life. And so there's that whole different, there's been this major shift, major shift, but there's been a shift in how we work and how we think about work. And unfortunately, That is not changing.
No.
So we as employers are going to have to adapt to what that looks like, what employees' expectations are,
Right.
what they want, what they need. And we are going to have to figure out what it is for us all to be able to move forward, for the companies to remain profitable, for employees to remain happy. It's confusing right now.
It is. And for me, I've realized this, but for me, it really didn't hit home until we've been spending a tremendous amount of time in Tampa, down in Florida. And
Yeah.
I think it was a Saturday afternoon, and we're leaving from our apartment down in that area, and we're driving across the causeway. We're kind of doing our thing, and we're heading to like Dunedin or something, Sam's Club, whatever it was. And it was no more than 12 miles away. And it took like an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And rush hour traffic, like we've left at
It's a
6:30 in the
bitch.
morning Eastern time. We've left at 8 o'clock Eastern time. We left at 9 o'clock Eastern time. And it's just busier than heck.
Mm-hmm.
Every single step, it's busy, busy, busy. We have Nick, plug Nick, ding, Nick. And he took some time off recently to go take his daughter to a dental appointment, just a routine checkup, right? And he was gone most of the afternoon. And some people think
And being
like,
down there, we understand why
that's
he was
exactly
gone
right.
most
It's
of
just-
the afternoon.
And if I didn't experience that, and I would say, why do you have to be gone for 4.5 hours or a half of a day to take your young child to the dentist? Because here in Lincoln Land, the dental clinic is right up the street.
Yeah,
And
2 hours max, right?
Yeah, if that.
Yeah.
That's if they're running late.
Yeah.
But down in that world, it's just you're dealing with traffic and people and stoplights and intersections the size of Kansas City.
Well, and not only that, but I mean, that's the dentist appointment, and people have to take care of their life from 8 to 5.
That's right.
Because it's not like businesses, it's not like the DMV, it's not like dentists, it's not like, any other organization is going to stay open past 5 o'clock for them to get their stuff done.
Right.
And so people have from 8 to 5 to get their life taken care of. Well, that often conflicts with work, life, work, life, work, life. It
And
just
as-
conflicts.
And as business owners, here's the secret. As business owners, you have the luxury of time. And for me, it's never been about money. It's not how much money I can make a year. I could care rats about that. But I have the ability to control my time.
Yeah.
And if I have to
employees
work
don't have that.
all Sunday or all Saturday or throughout the weekend or a holiday, then that's on me. Because I know my responsibilities of what I have to do to keep the company running. And oftentimes, most of the time, I'm doing that. But the reality is, if I have a travel day on a Wednesday, like I do this Wednesday, I'm flying back down to Tampa, I'll be gone all day. I know I'll make up for it. But the expectation for myself internally is that I'm going to make up for it. And I'll work Saturday to make up for it. It's not that big of a deal because I enjoy doing that. But the expectation of John Doe employee or Jane Doe employee is that you can't expect them to make up for it on Saturday, Sunday, and the holidays. So you kind of put yourself in that position is that I don't have any more or any less personal items to take care of. Still got to go to the dentist, still got to see family and, my dad's in the hospital right now, but you still got to deal with personal issues and everything out there. And so you kind of take a step back and say, well, how does everybody else deal with that? How does Nate deal with that? Mm-hmm. And the reality is he now has to focus between 8 to 5, and now he has time on Saturdays and Sundays in our world to deal with that and to, quote unquote, request time off. And so we're just not in that world. We've never been that request time off. We've always been a self-managed time off.
Right.
Take as much time as you need because we're not the kindergarten police here. You don't have to come ask your teacher and say, hey, can I have, Tuesday off? It's just like, we're all adults. You do your thing. But
Right.
the reality is too, is that people also have to get their stuff done.
Right.
And so if they can get as efficient as possible during the time that they're here and not forget about I forgot this, or I forgot to do this, or I got to run back over here, got to drive back over here and do this. If they can get as efficient as possible, then they should reap the rewards of the time off.
Right. Well, and there's a lot of studies out right now that are saying,
Studies,
maybe,
schmuddies. We knew this. I mean, this isn't studies.
maybe working 5 days a week, 8 to 5 is so super great for our mental health. And, who knows how that's going to play out in the next 20 years.
But you go back to when you're in school, that's what the school system teaches you. You go into school when you're, well, now it was first grade, now it's kindergarten, but you go into school from 8 to 5. This school system that we're in right now teaches kids to be employees of companies. They teach you to be robots. They don't teach you to be entrepreneurs. They don't teach you to be business owners. They teach you to abide by the system. You go to a structure, 8 to 5,
that's
Monday through Friday.
Podcast, a whole nother
It is, but that's what it is.
That's
And
totally
then-
what it is.
Yeah. And then, so, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, no.
Right.
So it's like, companies are doing well. We're doing okay. Give people, I don't even say give, that's not even the right word, but allow people to have time off, do what they want, make sure the company survives, make sure clients are taken care of. And the business owners, the companies need to adjust.
Right.
And they need to adjust. We sat down for our little company. We don't have hundreds of employees by any means, but we'll sit down for a couple hours eating nuts. Not those nuts, salt and vinegar nuts, and literally mapping it out on a remarkable tablet for a couple hours, thinking, how can this work for us? And scheduling this thing out and make it happen.
Just make it happen.
You just make it happen.
You work it.
You work it.
You make it happen.
What's that song? Work it. I don't know, McKenna. You can put the clip in. So.
I don't know if McKenna will know that.
Come on, is it worth it? Let me work it. I put my thing down, flip it and reverse it. It's your primitive, it's why I need. It's your primitive, it's why I need.
She won't. She's like stuck on a tarmac someplace or something right now.
She is. She got the privilege. I'm kind
You know
of
what I
jealous
did to her?
of going to Minneapolis.
So, podcast, McKenna, here is your homework. Go find the Heart and Hustle podcast that we talked about. I said like the Foozy bar or something at the time. It was actually the Froger bar or whatever. You have to go back and find the clip.
So bad.
And I don't know for those of you that do watch this podcast, but there's a place in Minneapolis on the Fauci. Is it Fushi or Fauci?
No.
Yeah,
It
it's in the Fauci Hotel, but it's on the 27th floor and it's called something. Anyways, we'll get the link. We'll post it up here, and it's actually the Prohibition Bar.
We have a client who's not happy with us about butchering that name, by the way, just so you know.
It's on the 27th floor of a building in downtown Minneapolis, and it's I'm not sure the word bougie.
It's super fun.
It's super fun. It's a fun environment, and you just
Gorgeous
sit in,
views.
just sit in and look out over the city. And Minneapolis is good for about 3 months a year. Outside that, we don't visit
This
it.
is like snowstorm city.
Yeah.
Freezing weather.
So she left on Friday, I guess. She took off Friday, and she said she's going to Minneapolis. And I texted her. No, I think I told her. I said, if you go to the Prohibition Bar on the 27th floor, text me when you're there, and I'll Apple Pay you $50.
Totally Apple Pay
just
her.
to have a drink on us, just to enjoy the environment, because we love it there so much. It's like
so much fun.
just share it. So it was literally like, I think it was Saturday night. Was it Saturday night?
I think it was.
I think it was Saturday night, and we're in the car driving, and I get this text, and McKenna goes, "Hey, we're at the bar," and she takes a picture of the inside, and I immediately texted her $50 and said,
We're so happy for you. We hope you had a good time, McKenna.
just really enjoyed it so much, and I was glad that she was there and just enjoyed it. And I'm not sure how that does with like salary thing. That's not like that's just a friend though, isn't it?
That's just like, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's not work related at
Yeah,
all.
charge your taxes on that shit, you know?
Don't charge your taxes on that. That was a gift
Yeah.
from Tom Nielsen
Yeah.
and Michaela Nielsen.
just enjoy your time. And I think that was a whole lot of fun. So
I hope
don't
she
know.
had fun.
I hope she did. I hope she tried the buzz button.
Yep. It's fun.
So anyways, McKenna, if you did try the buzz button, just chime in if you did or didn't, because I'd like to kind of know.
In the arms of the angel.
So, and for
Anyway,
the-
she's stuck in Minneapolis right now, and I'm kind of like
Well, and then-
jealous of that.
That's the thing. She called. We're sitting there working out this deal about this whole 4-day work week thing and doing everything. And I missed the call. I didn't even see it. I guess she called me, but then she called you and said, "Hey, my plane is delayed or whatever. I'm not going to be there tomorrow." I was like, "Okay, cool. See you Tuesday."
I wish I was with you, McKenna.
Yeah. So it's just funny how life is. Or you could be a complete, jerk about it or a dick and just say, "Well, I'm sorry, you're going to have to take time off and you're going to have to schedule that around your time and you're going to have to schedule your vacation." It's just like, nah.
It is what it is.
It is what it is, because we also have the same issues. We were sitting in St. Pete. We are sitting on an airplane, and we're sitting on an airplane for an extra hour and a half. And I'm
That was
sitting,
fun.
and I'm sitting there. I get on the airplane, and this is really awkward, but I'm not this type of dude where I think I have competitors. I mean, we have people in the industry that we work kind of compete against, I guess, if you would, but not necessarily. But right behind me was the owner of a very large company called 5 Nines, James, and we sat for an hour and talked on the plane and everything. And
That was so much fun,
it
though.
was. Got
It
to
was
see him and his
what are the odds of that
and his
happening?
kids and his spouse and everything, and didn't really get to talk to them a whole lot, but
That
it
was
was just
cool.
like, what are the odds of a good billions of people on this earth? Your closest competitor in your hometown is sitting right behind you on a plane, and you're just chatting it up. So I don't know, kind of cool. So I
It's
enjoy.
funny how
Hi,
the
James.
universe brings us together in weird ways.
It is. It is. It is. Although he was wearing a Porsche shirt, and I'm not quite fond about that, but whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah. Need to say like Bronco or something. So
Bronco.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
anyways.
got to go on a date in our Bronco this weekend.
We
That
did go to
was
the
fun.
date on a Bronco. We went on a hot date. We did enjoy that. So
That was fun. That was a nice evening.
it was a nice evening. So, but anyways, there you go. 4-day work week, hot nuts and Broncos. I guess there's the tagline, Miss McKenna.
There's the takeaway. We always have something to say.
Yeah. So, anyways, questions, comments below. Are you doing a 4-day work week? Are you thinking about it?
Maybe we could try it.
Maybe. Well, we're
Let's
trying
talk
it.
about it. We're trying it.
Yeah.
Are you
We're
willing
doing
to
it.
try
We're not. We're doing it. I don't want to say we're trying it. Once we do something, we're going to push forward and always do it.
There will be kinks and bumps and hiccups in the road, but we'll work through them.
Minor threats.
Minor.
Got to keep them on their toes. So,
Yeah.
anyways, all right, everybody. Check you later. Have a great week. And here's just some more nuts. See ya.
Bye.